Alright, so welcome to my channel. It's been a while I haven't been on YouTube, so everything's gonna be raw again and very little editing, so just bear with me. Yeah, so my name is Sid. This channel is basically gonna be based on my journey throughout these next 8 weeks. Axe&Sledge is having their second transformation challenge, which is something I'll get into later. So it's basically 8 weeks of a shred that I'm doing personally. So it's gonna be this is just vlogging it down, me just talking. It's not gonna be showing my workouts or stuff like that. I kind of leave that for my IG. So if you want to head over to my IG instead, you can go there. This will be more just me, just my thoughts as I go through this prep. Usually on IG, I'm a little more positive. I'm a little bit more trying to inspire those to do better and have better thoughts in their minds and shit like that in order to succeed. You know what I mean? Here, it's going to be a little bit more raw than that. It's going to be a little more of raw emotion when it comes, whatever fucking comes to my mind. Definitely going to try my best not to talk politics or religion because I don't fuck with neither or. If that's your thing, that's your thing. And this is just going to be my thoughts throughout this 8-week prep. It's a challenge, but I like to call it a prep. So, yeah. How did this whole shit started? Well, last year, let me take it back way back, a couple years back. So I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. I've been sober for, I want to say, over 5 years. I really don't know the date. And I think that's the best way for me because I never see myself going back or even remembering certain things. Like, it's kind of like, it's a different life now. So that's just me personally. I'm not knocking anyone who does. So before I got into, after my recovery, I basically got into fitness because of my wife. She saw a video on YouTube of cardio, and she told me, let's try it. Let's do some cardio. I'm like, really? And I was used to just sitting around eating, eating everything and anything. I'm a big eater of junk food. I grew up eating burgers and fries as a kid. When I was in the street, I grew up eating burgers and fries and pizza and all that shit. So that's my go-to all the time. So anyway, so we started doing YouTube cardio from YouTube from Jordan Yao. If anybody knows Jordan Yao, go over to his page. His page is definitely fat burners, definitely a good sweat, a good cardio, very good cardiovascular movements and stuff. So definitely check it out. But that's how I started doing cardio, and I was doing it for like 30-45 minutes a day. And I was leaning out because I was a little bit chubbier, but I wasn't eating enough. I was only eating I started getting into shakes and shit like that, but a shake would be only one meal for lunch and that's it. So I really didn't know what I was doing or how to do things coming from a diet wise and fitness. I got cotton mouth. Fucking smoking this blunt. So originally I'm from New York, so that's where the attitude, the accent comes from. But anyway, so we were doing a bunch of cardio, and that shit was just, I thought it was cool at first, and I was leaning out. As a youngster, I've always been kind of lean, but never with muscle to hold. It was just, leanness. You know what I'm saying? You can see I didn't have a full six pack, but it was kind of there. So yeah. So anyway, we're doing all this cardio, and I started looking into supplements because I was like, fuck it, let's try some protein powder. And then I started doing my research and looking at different brands and reviews on YouTube about it. and I stumbled onto Seth Ferosi, IFBB Seth Ferosi. Um, First of all, it's how he spoke is what got me motivated in a way to be like, wow, like I want to go fuck some shit up right now in the gym, or I want to be better physically than I was yesterday. Like I want to fucking go for it. He talked about people being the backbone of America and workers and stuff like that, and that's what I feel like I am. Like no matter where I go, I bust my ass working, no matter what the pay is. I'm just born or built that way. So that I kind of just drawn to that immediately. Then I started seeing him taking his supplements and stuff like that. But these videos, Axe&Sledge wasn't up and running just yet, I believe. It was already, but not that video. The video was old. So he's got some covered shit, like it's like a prototype but he's taking it, and I'm like, I wonder what it is. And then I looked up Axe&Sledge, and then I ordered some products, fell in love with the products, and was like, yeah, this is cool. Me and my wife started buying, here and there I started buying like a bench and some dumbbells, some adjustable ones that I still use today. And like that, like yoga mats and shit, and just started doing like regular shit. I did a lot of my workouts back then was just calisthenics, more push-ups, pull-ups, and stuff like that. I really challenged myself with push-ups to not just do them well, but do different variety of push-ups to build muscle throughout with different variations of push-ups. So yeah, fast forwarding, I got into the supplements, and then last year, 2021, Axe&Sledge comes out. First, I became an ambassador, and I really love the products, and I love what they stand for. So then they came up with a challenge. It was an 8-week transformation challenge. I think it was $20,000 back then. I don't remember the price. Point is, once that challenge started, I was like, yes, I want to do this, or I should do this. Like, let's try it. I want to win this. I think I can win, and let's go. Like, I had my mind set on winning for some reason, so I wanted to do it. I thought this was a good way to prepare, or at least not prepare, because I didn't know I was going to do it. A good way to have an understanding of what it is that bodybuilders go through during prep. So I hired a coach. I hired Billy Weinstein. He is also part of the demo crew, the demo crew elite, which is more than just ambassadors for Axe&Sledge. They are a little bit higher. They are more motivating, inspiring. They oversee a lot of things, and they're really just, if you will, the representatives of the rest of us as ambassadors to Axe&Sledge. So he was someone who I was in an interview with another demo crew member, and he asked the question, would I ever step on stage and do bodybuilding? Literally, as the question's being asked, the thoughts ran through my mind like, yeah, maybe. And then it just went on from there, just being a thought in my mind. So when I hired Billy, I told him, I was like, look, first of all, you sparked something in me, and I want to work with you. And I let him know that I want to do it like a prep, like just like bodybuilders. And I knew he was already competing and doing shows, so I knew he knew what he was talking about and what he was doing with this. He gladly took me on, and we started getting to work immediately. Throughout those 8 weeks, I did my prep like a bodybuilder. I worked out. That's how my routine began. He suggested me being at the gym. Even though we had little stuff at home, it wasn't enough for variation, but also maximizing my weight at home. I could actually do more here at the gym. So that's how I ended up coming to Crunch Gym. This one was very close to my job, so I figure early morning here and then to work. So that, yeah. And this is all when this shit was outside at one point. Like, the whole gym was outside because of COVID and regulations and shit like that. So I've been here for a while. So the 8-week prep, I did not, like, when it came down to like him saying, hey, you can have a refeed or have like a cheat meal today because you look really good, you're cutting, you're doing great. I still didn't do it. I was like, you know what? I don't even want to have sushi. I'm going to just stick to the same fucking thing for 8 weeks. And I did it for 10 weeks because I think we started early. So I did it for 10 weeks of eating just chicken, rice, broccoli, ground turkey, sweet potato, oatmeal, boiled eggs, egg whites, protein powder. That's it. And you know what? My diet is pretty much the same shit, even now. So it was a great challenge. I didn't win, but I felt like I won because I stuck to those 10 weeks. I could have cheated. I could have not told my coach I had something or something like that, or gotten McDonald's for the kids and just take some fries while I'm driving to the back home and shit like that. Cheated that way, and I did not do that. And that's where I felt like I won, because I was actually proud of what the fuck I accomplished. I'm someone who loves junk food, motherfucker. So for me to not do that was like, that was a goal. And then I was like, you know what? I think I can keep doing this. So kept doing it for a little while, kept coming to the gym. And then I met my boy Keith. Keith is already a natural bodybuilder who was already competing in Musclemania shows here in LA. He was just like, do you compete? And I was like, no, but I'd like to. He was like, you have the physique and this, that, and the third, and this, that, and more. And so I was like, so how do I step on stage? How do I get there? Point me in the right direction. And he did. Months after that, like 2 months later, I think it was in May or something like that, I did my first show, for Musclemania in Antelope Valley. And that was interesting because it was a smaller venue, but it was good that it was smaller because it was an introduction of what was to come, and I treated that competition, I prepped for that too. Like I was in the hotel the night before tanning and, just pulling water down and stuff like that. And that I did on my own from what I've learned from my coach before. So that was pretty cool. I got third place. It wasn't many competitors because of COVID and shit like that. But still, the experience of getting on stage and doing something out of my comfort zone, like posing in posing trunks. You know what I'm saying? I have never in my life said, yeah, I'm going to go fucking be a bodybuilder and pose. Never did I think I'd ever fucking do it, but I did it. So after doing that, it was like, let's do it again. Then after that, I hired my coach, IFBB Pro Jesse Valencia. He helped me go through another prep to get ready for an NPC show back in September, which I came in second place, which wasn't bad, and I was a qualifier for nationals, which I wasn't ready for, and I'm still not ready for, but just the accomplishing that of getting on stage and doing a full prep on some real shit, on some serious shit, it was just like amazing, and I can't wait to fucking do it again. But now here we are, 2022, challenge is up again for Axe&Sledge. This is the second year. This year I'm doing things differently. Instead of going from a transformation, which was not so in shape, to really nice and in shape, I'm gonna go from pretty lean to fucking shredded. I'm going to try to get down to as I was before when I was stage ready. When I was stage ready for both times, the first time I believe I was 9% body fat, according to the scale, which is, I don't always believe that. And then my second show, I was 7% body fat, which I also don't believe as much, but I was pretty shredded. I was lean the fuck out, and it was fun. So we're gonna see how bad not how bad. We're gonna see how low we can get with our body fat and come in real fucking shredded. So when it comes to shit like this, it's a mental toll because not everybody's up for getting up so early and training. This bodybuilding is literally a sport or maybe a hobby for some that just can take a majority of your time because you're training, you're prepping meals, you're eating your meals, you're resting, you're thinking about training again, and you do it all over again. If you have a regular job like me, you have to go to work and do that and then go back home and fucking try to take care of your family. And then remember to take care of all your other shit because you're training. And for me, this is training, and this is what I love. It's not for everybody. Prep and peak weeks, some people dread it because they pull the water out and they pull the carbs out and you feel lethargic and stuff like that. To me, I feel fucking insane. I feel like an animal because I'm doing it. So I actually enjoy the shit. But yeah, I've only done this for fucking a year. It's gonna be a year, and here we're going year 2. And what I've learned, it's only so much more to come. So I hope you guys stick to my journey. This is already week 1 of the challenge, and yeah, so far so good. Let's keep going to some more weeks, and let's keep having combos like this. All right, nice and raw. Period. Peace.